એક એવું અદ્ભુત વિષયકોશ આવી રહ્યો છે બહાર, જેમાં લગભગ 15,000 સબ્જેક્ટ લગભગ કોમન મેનને જ આવરી લે આપણા દૈનિક માટે. એની કમ્પ્લીટ જે ઓરિજિનલ સ્ક્રિપ્ટ્સ છે શાસ્ત્રોમાંથી, મેઇનલી અમે લોકોએ જૈન શાસ્ત્ર લીધા છે, પણ ભગવદ્ ગીતા, પછી પતંજલિ યોગ સૂત્ર, એવા બધા અન્ય ધર્મોના બી સૂત્રો લીધા છે. અને એના કારણે પહેલી વાર આ ઓરિજિનલ જેને કહેવાય રેફરન્સીસ લોકો સામે આવી રહ્યા છે.
બધા જ ગ્રંથોને વાંચીને બધા જ જે સબ્જેક્ટ્સ આવે છે એની અંદર આવરાયા છે, એ બધામાં નિષ્ણાત બનવું ઇટ ઇઝ વેરી ડિફિકલ્ટ ઇન ટુડેઝ ટાઈમ્સ. એટલે જ આપણે પણ છે ને અહીંયા સ્પેશિયલાઇઝેશન ને સુપર સ્પેશિયલિટીના એંગલથી 15,000 વિષય ઉપર કમ્પ્લીટ ડેટા તૈયાર કરવાની ભાવના સાથે જ ગીતાર ગંગા એસ્ટાબ્લિશ થયેલી, ને એના અનુસંધાનમાં જ આર્યયુગ વિષય કોશમાં સંક્ષિપ્તમાં આ 15,000 વિષય ઉપર 8 પેરામીટર્સના આધારે આખો ડેટા તૈયાર કરવામાં આવે છે.
અમે આ ગીતાર ગંગા સંસ્થાની સ્થાપના કરી કે જેટલી આ 108 અમારા મુખ્ય વિષયો, 15,000 જેવા એના સબ સબ્જેક્ટ્સ ઉપર આ રીતે અનેકાંતવાદને લક્ષ્યમાં રાખીને, નય અનેક છે, આપણે ભલે 7 ન ગણતા હોય, પણ અનેક નયોમાંથી જુદી જુદી રીતે એને આપણે કેવી રીતે ખોલી અને વિશ્વ કલ્યાણ માટે સામાન્ય માણસ જે કંઈ ભણેલો નથી એને પણ બોધ મળે એવી લોકભોગ્ય ભાષાની અંદર આ તત્વ તૈયાર કરવું જોઈએ અને લોકોને પીરસવું જોઈએ.
Message of His Holiness while unveiling the ancient wisdom Aryayug Vishay Kosh. Dharmalabh, in the whirlwind of progress that Bharat is experiencing today, with the advent of AI, 5G, supercomputers, fast logistics, e-commerce, supply chains, etc., every facet of life seems to be hurtling forward at breakneck speed, inducing rampant advancement of materialism. However, amidst this surge of development, a concerning shadow looms over religion and spirituality. The insidious influence of materialistic advancements has stealthily planted seeds of atheism in the minds of many, leading to a decline in religious and spiritual fervor among the masses. As a result, the capability of masses to decipher and grasp the profound teachings encapsulated within the religious scriptures has featured a blow. Of them, Jainism, being the most complex and intricate philosophy known to mankind, has taken a huge hit. Also, incessant proliferation of modern literature, technology and gadgets continuously act as agents to dealing people from scriptures which show the spiritual path. Due to this, people have lost interest in those intricacies of scriptures which have the potential to teach life lessons, revolutionize the course of life, and enrich the life with values. In these critical times, it becomes imperative to safeguard and transmit the profound teachings and meanings embedded within the scriptures to the coming generations. This noble endeavor finds its manifestation in Gitarth. Very few are aware of this extraordinary and intricate Jain philosophy, and at many times, many places, scholars and researchers have portrayed a very shallow and disguised image of Jainism. At times, due to their misinterpretation, multiple unjust implications were imposed upon Jainism. Thus, it made me resolve to uplift the stature of Jainism and spread its message to the common people and the future generations in a way and language they understand. This Aryayug Vishay Kosh is the first foundational step towards this goal. Aryayug Kosh represents a glimpse into this grand vision. While its current scope is limited in classifying scriptural references into 8 categories within each subject, devoid of interconnections, it serves as a valuable resource for scholars and researchers seeking to delve deeper into the areas of their study. Despite being a mini version, it has the potential to be a huge leap towards Shrut Raksha. In the same breath, I acknowledge that this is just a start and a long, monumental journey remains to be explored. In summary, I just want to say that Gitarth Ganga is an exceptional institution. Today we have given you a small demo of an interesting piece related to coding and technology. Please let me remind you that along with coding and technology, they also have a phenomenal library where over lakhs of books have been kept, segregated and indexed. We have only given you a demo of few Granths which have been digitized and analyzed, and there is a phenomenal amount of work which uses this library, indexation, digitization to create a publication. And today the book that we all have is a small reflection of the publication. But the objective of giving all of you this demo is that people like you and me, people who've joined us remotely on VC, people who've joined us from across the world, can actually access this database for enriching themselves and society. So if you have any doubt about a subject, you want to do a scholarly research, or you are an amateur that wants to quest your intellectual thirst, you can actually access this database.
You must be thinking libraries are just collection of library books and magazines, newspaper articles, whatever things we are keeping. But our USP is that we not only are keeping a collection and not only keeping the indexation of those books or magazines, but we are working on subject-wise library. So our whole library data is subject-oriented. We are tagging subjects to each books, to each page. We are also in the process of tagging each page of the book, subjects to newspaper articles, subjects to graphics, subject to magazines. Everywhere we are subject oriented. So our whole library database or scriptural database, everything is subject oriented.
This work is based on the insightful and deep vision of Acharya Yugbhushan Maharaj Sahab and represents both a global approach and an in-depth exploration of the Jain tradition of teaching. I was very impressed by the team who works there. During our visit to the institute, we were all very impressed by the trees and charts which have been painstakingly prepared by researchers and Jain nuns mainly. This is an extraordinary tool, and it should be made known as soon as possible, as it helps visualizing the numerous classifications and sub-classifications which are so numerous in Jain Scriptures. The digitization of handwritten or printed material, which is being done at Gitarth Ganga, is also very commendable, and the fact that it even includes magazines and newspapers articles by itself shows that it has an extent which has virtually no limit. This intellectual ambition is very striking in all the projects undertaken at Gitarth Ganga. The aim is to cover everything, it seems, and this aim is being reached at through the incentive given by Acharya Ji and the implement provided by immense work being done by able workers. This will provide an invaluable resource to the world. The encyclopedia of 108 subjects and 1,500 sub-subjects for the Aryayug Vishay Kosh, which is being prepared, is really a marvel which will leave no corner untouched, so vast its approach is in scope and in details.
I was completely amazed by the demo I saw today. So I want to tell you that. And this is not an easy task. As you can imagine, that what you have created is an ontology. And this ontology creation is extraordinarily difficult. A bunch of trees, all of them getting together across branches and sub-branches and so on and so forth, 108 main subjects, 15,000 sub-subjects, and all of them being linked together is nothing but ontology. I've been involved in some of the ontological projects, and actually many of them have not been very successful. So I want to congratulate you first that this is just amazing what you have done, and I really want to tell you that this is just fantastic. So actually I'm looking forward to interacting with what you have done and hoping to get your things which you have done forward in many, many ways. It basically to democratize, to get our next generation to know about all this ancient wisdom in ancient languages which have not been spoken for a long while. And that I think is just is going to change the world in some fashion.
This team, with regard to Aryayug Vishay Kosh, which is done so far by collecting lakhs and lakhs of subjects, is really amazing. We are just awestruck by seeing the wonderful work by the scholars. Very recently, the team of the great scholars came to us here to Hyderabad, and then they introduced the work they are doing with regard to this Aryayug Vishay Kosh, and we were really interested to work with these young scholars, in promoting so many things.
The work being done and work you are still proposing is so great that it will help from a student in the university to a scholar who is trying to achieve great heights, because you are going to include, you are going to accommodate so many subjects. Is really the future generation will be thankful to you that you have started this work, and this will help not only India, all over the world, where people want to know something about all these subjects.
Now, through the database created at Gitarth Ganga, scholars will be able to save many hours of laborious searching, easily finding material related to their specific interests. I see every reason to hope that this will lead to the production of groundbreaking research of interest to both Indologists of many kinds and scholars of comparative religion and philosophy. The publication of Aryayug Vishay Kosh is truly an occasion to celebrate, and I'm in awe of the decades of dedicated work that have made this milestone possible.
I want to first of all, of course, congratulate Gitarth Ganga for this incredible project, and thank you as well for this incredible project. I don't want to say everything that my colleagues have already said here, but I do want to echo some of their sentiments, which is that this is such an incredibly powerful resource and research tool for us. It's something we've been looking for, something we've been needing to make our research easier and more efficient and better and more accurate. And I really think that this tool is going to continue to develop to come to a place where I'm hoping that we can democratize it and make it available to scholars around the world, as well as to the general public who may be interested in using this, as well as our students who will benefit tremendously from having access to Jain Scriptures and ideas in Jain Scriptures the way that you have laid out for us here. This is really such a powerful and incredible tool, and we want to thank you for that.
More importantly, we now have a technology and a Gitarth Ganga in India, which has accomplished digitizing and preserving ancient Jain scriptures, commentaries, and interpretation, making them accessible for the research and the study, providing a comprehensive and systematic approach to understanding Jain philosophy, history, and culture, offering a searchable database of a Jain text, allowing researchers to explore connections and patterns between different ideas and doctrines. Gitarth Ganga is an attempt for Bhagwan's accurate preachings to be reached to all in today's common language in less than a nanosecond because of the data compilation. I visited Gitarth Ganga during my visit in February of this year, and I was impressed by the work that has been done and the library of the books that they have collected.
My organization has a logo which says Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. So when I went to this place, Gitarth Ganga, I asked them which texts have this phrase and which texts have this concept. Within about 5-7 minutes, they were able to dig out 24 texts. Not only the original, the page number, the paragraph, the translation, and so on and so forth. It's a phenomenal work that they're doing. I quite agree this work needs to go forward, and so many people joining hands, it would help. More important, in course of time, there needs to be forward and backward linkages. Backward in the sense that there's such texts available at several other locations, either with individuals or even with institutions. This knowledge also needs to get democratized in two significant ways. One is use of cyber as a medium and connectivity, information and communication technology, artificial intelligence, etc., to reach out to far more people than what it is currently available to. And secondly, once this base of the philosophy is strong, then aspects of this philosophy need to be simplified and disseminated to a larger section of people.
I was really amazed and astounded by the sheer scope of the work and the tremendous effort for several decades that has gone into making this. So I have been wondering since then, how did you make it possible? As I think some of the panelists also said, many others also started this work, but it fell by the wayside. Somehow we couldn't complete it, and I'm sure there are many others who are doing it. But you have accomplished something which is very rare and which is so useful and which is going to be useful for the future generations. So my first point is that you should share the secret of this model so that the other people, other groups in our country who are working in similar areas also benefit.
ગ્રંથની સંસ્કૃતિ પ્રતીક છે અને આજે આર્યયુગ ગ્રંથ પ્રાકટ્ય એ મારી દ્રષ્ટિએ સંસ્કૃતિના મૂળ તત્વોનું પ્રાકટ્ય છે. આ એક મહાન પુરુષાર્થ છે શુદ્ધ જ્ઞાનનો, અને કદાચ એમ કહી શકું ને કે આવો પુરુષાર્થ એ સ્વયં એક મહાન શુદ્ધનો એક પરિણામ છે. એમ લાગે છે કે કેટલું ઊંડું અધ્યયન અને સંશોધન થયું હશે.
આ મહાન શ્રુતરક્ષાના કાર્ય થકી લાયક જીવો જીન શાસનના રહસ્યને પામે. યુગો યુગો સુધી જીન વચનના મર્મો આ કલિકાળમાં પણ ઝળહળતા રહે અને તે મર્મોને પામી જીન શાસનને વહન કરનાર ગીતાર્થ પુરુષોની ગંગા વહે, જેનાથી આ જીન શાસન કલિકાળમાં પણ કેસરી સિંહ સમાન ગાજતું રહે. એ જ એક આશા, ભાવના અને વિશ્વાસ સાથે આર્યયુગ વિષયકોશ પ્રસ્તુત કરીએ છીએ. પૂજ્ય ગુરુદેવ દીક્ષાયુગ પ્રવર્તક આચાર્ય ભગવંત શ્રીમદ વિજય રામચંદ્ર સુરેશ્વરજી મહારાજાની વારંવાર પ્રેરણાથી આદ્ય ગચ્છ સ્થાપક, સૂક્ષ્મદ્રષ્ટા, સૂક્ષ્મ તત્વ વિવેચક પરમ પૂજ્ય મોહજીત વિજયજી મહારાજા તથા શુદ્ધ તત્વ ઉપદેશક, માધ્યસ્થ દ્રષ્ટા પૂજ્ય ગચ્છાધિપતિ આચાર્ય દેવેશ શ્રીમદ વિજય યુગભૂષણ સુરીશ્વરજી મહારાજા તે સમયે મુનિ યુગભૂષણ વિજયજીની દીર્ઘ દૃષ્ટિથી શરૂ થયેલા આ શ્રુતરક્ષાના કાર્યમાં પૂજ્ય મોહજીત વિજયજી મહારાજા પરમ પૂજ્ય ગચ્છાધિપતિ શ્રીમદ વિજય યુગભૂષણ સુરીશ્વરજી મહારાજા અને પ્રવર્તિની સાધ્વી શ્રી કલાનિધિ શ્રીજી મહારાજ સાહેબ આ ત્રણેય શ્રુતના અગાધ સાગર સમા મહાન વિભૂતિઓના વર્ષોના સંયુક્ત ભગીરથ પુરુષાર્થ પછી આ આર્યયુગ વિષયકોશ પ્રકાશિત થઈ રહ્યો છે.